little Sears catalog here. Not catalog, Mad, where some of they're selling their stuff. This one's quite a doozy. So let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room here. For people that were thinking Sonic 2 at the very top is for the Game Boy, you are very wrong. Because it even says here Game Gear. That's like halfly cut out. It is a Game Gear game. Okay, but I did imagine like how Sonic would look like in that icky greenness of the Game Boy playing Sonic, and I'm like, that wouldn't work out very well. But I don't know what they were thinking on that. I think that's very misleading. But hey, sometimes we make mistakes. But could you imagine Sonic on a Game Boy?
And what kind of sacrifices like Sega and Nintendo would have to do for that to happen? And back then, anyways, at the height of the console wars.
Yeah, save $10. So for cost of item A and B, and A here, as you can see here, this is Switch before Switch. You got your whole Game Boy set here. You got everything that you wanted in there that you see from C, D, and E, and F. You got your zoom in because, sometimes the Game Boys were really small. I guess they were small enough you had to use, some kind of magnifying glass scanner for that.
Oh my gosh. I was that kid who had the Game Boy, just freaking kitted out. I had A, B, C, D, E, F, G on here.
Oh, you did?
I had all of that for the Game Boy.
Wow.
On the car rides, it was basically, especially at night, it was just the glow from me and the Game Boy with the flashlight and everything on it. That is really super distracting. Can you turn that off? I'm like, let me finish this level.
Damn, DC, they should have gave you the bag with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. Okay, so help me out here. On the bag itself, what do you think is in that little pouch up above the Game Boy on the far left? I can't tell what that is. I don't know.
That's a game.
Is that a game?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. It is hard to tell what game it is in there.
Or wait, are those batteries?
Ooh, that's a good thing.
Those are batteries.
Those are batteries. Okay. No, that's a better answer. Yeah, that's a better answer. Okay. Yeah. And then here, you said you got everything from G. Now, is the pink stuff there? Is that supposed to wipe your screen down or something like that? Or is this cleaning stuff?
Remember that exactly? I don't remember. Okay, so when I say A, B, C, D, G, I mean I got the pack, I got the the plug-in, all that sort of stuff. But for G, I mainly had the case, and that little magnifying thing.
Oh, okay.
The extra magnifier. I had 2 magnifying things on my freaking Game Boy. It was just
wow.
It weighed 2.5 Game Boys by the time I was finished kitting this thing out. It was just it's wild.
At the very top where it says Funtronics, I feel like that is a missed opportunity when you had GameStop and Electronic Boutique. I feel like this should have been a store name at one point in my life, but maybe.
Oh,
Funtronics sounds pretty cool, but I think it's Sears thing. So yeah. But I wish that was a store called Funtronics because that's better than saying Electronic Boutique, in my opinion. Let's get down to the games here. So we see Tetris 2, we see Donkey Kong, we see Mortal Kombat 2. We see The Jungle Book. We see Mega Man 5. We see Power Rangers. And we see Zelda. And if you notice, I want to say the Power... Oh, I'm sorry. We got one more in the bracket. We got Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, Wario World, or Wario Land. You can see here that game and the Power Rangers are the most expensive ones out of all those. I thought that was very interesting for that. 'Cause I honestly think that Zelda should have been up there, but it managed to get the sell $39.99, which these two, I guess they're not. Well, the Power Ranger one is not coming out to October 3rd apparently. So this article had to be before it was coming out. So I guess what was the point of putting that on here if it was going to be that? I don't know. But here, is there any of these games that you had or you wanted?
I actually did not have. Okay, wait. I did have Link's Awakening.
I did too.
That is the only one out of this whole set that I had.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And my buddy, I had Mega Man 5. I remember that. I played that a lot. The Mega Man games on the Game Boys are like hard compared to the NES ones. The one I think definitely stood out to me that I don't know why would anybody get will be the Jungle Book. I don't know. This one just doesn't fit with the rest of these to me because like Jungle Book, I'm not saying Jungle Book wasn't something we grew up with, but these other games were really just straight 90s as the Jungle Book was really more back in the like the 70s per se.
Well, the only way they could have fit Mortal Kombat 2 in that ad is that they put a family game next to it. It's like, we want to put Mortal Kombat 2. It's like, did you hear how much violence there is in that? Well, what about if we put in the friendly Jungle Book game? It's like, okay, it balances out. You can have your Mortal Kombat
then. So if you look at B right here, the Game Boy Basic Unit, portable video game system with interchangeable cartridge sold separately, each $59.99, and then say $10, and it's $69.98. I don't really. That's interesting. I just wanted to point that out. I feel like you're paying more than you think is worth, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you're getting the storage case with, okay, you're not getting anything in the storage case. They should have specified that a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I said Game Boy and accessory not included, but I mean, I would look at that. I'm like, oh my goodness, that and a Game Boy on top of all that? Sign me up if I was a kid. And then the parents would be like, yeah, no, you're not getting all
that. So D here, rechargeable battery pack AC adapter, when fully charged, supplies 10 hours of power continuous play or use as a DC adapter. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, 10 hours.
Oh yeah, I freaking like that alone probably saved me at least $100.
Okay, but it's funny too because like even with the 4 batteries as it take, those 4 batteries actually go pretty far itself. So like. Mm-hmm. I would argue about 5 hours, probably half that. So, that's great. And you don't have to, buy any more batteries like you were doing that. $39.99. I think that's a good price. I think that's worthy of the price for that. I can do that. I can deal with that. The Game Boy Light for your Game Boy improves visibility, requires 4 AA batteries sold separately. Each $14.99. And that's F. I'm trying to figure. Okay, so this is F up here. I didn't know you had to put batteries in that too. So, wow. Okay. That's pretty crazy. Didn't know that was taking batteries also.
You'd be going through 8 batteries at a time for these suckers.
That's insane.
But that lasted a real long time. Like that went through multiple car trips and everything like that for the light.
Okay.
I think I had actually something where it was like some side views that kind of opened up from it and provided light that way. Like I know I had these separate like at a given time, but then eventually later in the Game Boy's lifespan, there was like a combined magnifier controller thing and a light all in one.
Okay.
That was just redonks.
Okay. And then very at the very bottom, Game Boy Nintendo take the action all the way to incredible. All right, that's enough said there.